What's up, everybody? Now that the medallion's got a hard nerf in Fortnite Chapter 5, players are dropping in those spots pretty much for the mythic weapons. So which ones are the best? The worst? Is there a new mythic coming soon? And why does everyone hate the drum shoddy but love the frenzy auto? Let's answer those questions as we rank all the underground season mythics in zero build. Okay, for these rankings, I am introducing the Jonesy scale. Very simple, 1 to 4 Jonesies. I will be basing the rankings on how easy the mythic is to get in zero build, how it does in a fight, and how relevant it is to the current meta as of this recording, which is basically this. First up, we're starting off with everyone's favorite mythic this season, Oscar's Frenzy Auto Shotgun. I am giving this one 3.5 Jonesies. Yes, it is the best mythic in the game right now. It's a beast weapon, no pun intended. Definitely 4 Jonesies as far as that goes. And as much as I love the pump, the auto shotguns are very powerful too. I know I'm fighting against the meta when I say pump over auto shotgun this season, especially when the frenzy is pretty much a drum shotgun. Don't think it's the same? Look at the stats. In headshot and damage, it's actually better than the drum. And the frenzy is very close in how often you have to reload. Don't let the 8 versus 12 mag size fool you. It's 3.2 seconds versus 4. Not a big difference. The big drawback, of course, is the reload time difference. But it blows my mind how everyone has so much love for a gun that they hated in the past. It's kind of weird to be honest, but hey, whatever. Like I always say, I ain't kicking the Mythic Frenzy out of my bed for eating crackers. Anyways, the only reason why I don't give it a full 4 Jonesies is it's still a super contested POI even after the medallion nerf. Next up is Peter Griffin's Hammer Pump Shotgun. This mythic gets 2 Jonesies in zero build. It is the most contested POI, and it's kind of a pain to rotate out, especially if you don't get first Storm Circle. It's also a weird place to fight in, so there's that big knock against it. But the main reason is that the Hammer Pump is arguably one of the lowest base damage dealing pumps. I can't deny that. But it does have a nice headshot mod and no damage cap. And you do have the scope if you want to use it. Now, if you have good aim with the pump shotguns, it's still going to hit pretty hard per shot. Speaking of Peter's Mythic, did you know there actually is a Mythic Ranger pistol in the game files? How do we know this? Because it got a damage buff in the recent update too. And you all want to see it in the game as well. At least way more than you want to see on Mythic Thunderburst SMG, that's for sure. On to the next Mythic on the list. Naisha Striker AR, giving that one 3 Jonesies in zero build. For 2 reasons. One, of course, is the recent damage nerf. Not a big drop, only a couple points, but probably enough to keep it from being 4 Jonesies. And the other reason is the Mythic Striker is in the Tilted Towers of Chapter 5, Fencing Fields. It's a Hunger Games POI.
Yes, you are going to die.
Other than that, it's an excellent weapon. But the weird part is, it's a projectile weapon that has first shot accuracy. What? For the life of me, I can't explain how that is possible. Is that first shot hit scan? Is Wiki wrong? Probably the latter. I mean, Wiki did spend an entire season, after all, trying to decide if the combat SMG had first shot accuracy. It does.
You have to say spoiler alert.
On to Valeria's Hyper SMG. This mythic gets 2.5 Jonesies. A few dings here. SMGs are just not prevalent in the zero build meta right now. Some suggest run one in place of the AR, but that's a bad idea.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Indeed. It is a better weapon than the Thunderburst SMG though. And I think the Hyper SMG works well in the swap role, of course, but swap isn't popular on the underground season meta either. But the bigger problem is the POI itself. Being almost dead center of the map means it's somewhat contested through the entire match, so no matter when you go for this mythic, someone's going to show up. One mythic we haven't had yet is a snowball launcher. We had an exotic version of it, but it was icy feet, not nades. And you'd like to see it as well. Maybe next year, my friends. On to the final mythic weapon, Montague's AR. This weapon gets 3 Jonesies, but not because of the confusion surrounding it. It's called an Enforcer AR, but it's a nemesis. Even I forgot that fact and made a community post poll. Whoopsie. But I don't know. There's something wonky about this gun. It doesn't feel like a mythic version of the nemesis. Doesn't feel like the Enforcer AR either, and that one was in the game for a hot minute. If you killed Vengeance Jonesy, he sometimes dropped it. I really do not like using it. That said, a lot of people like the Nemesis, and the best thing this mythic has going for it is it's probably the least contested of these mythic POIs. But end of day, it's hard to rank any of the mythic 4 Jonesies, only because there is only one of them. You know, it is what it is. There we go, peeps, all the underground mythics ranked Jonesy style. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like. Next video coming right up.